She was barely 14 when Velasquez painted her. In 1659, Spain and the French ended a long, brutal war. The price of peace? The Infanta of Spain, María Teresa. The golden prize. The guarantee. In 1660, she would marry her cousin Louis XIV, the man who called himself the Sun King. This is Infanta María Teresa with 2 watches, painted around 1652 by the Spanish master Diego Velázquez. It's a portrait that, at first glance, may seem simple, but within its folds of silk and glimmers of gold lies a deeply layered message, a cry, perhaps from the heart of a young girl trapped by history. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. In this video, we're going to analyze María Teresa with 2 watches and decipher what it meant to be her at the time of this painting. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more. I have her brother, Charles II of Spain, and his recreation on my channel. You can check that out. Links in the description. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next. María Teresa of Spain was the daughter of King Philip IV of Spain and Queen Elizabeth of France. Born into the powerful but crumbling Habsburg dynasty, she was destined to become a queen, not in Spain, but somewhere else, because in the 17th century Europe, princesses were pawns in the grand chessboard of royal politics. From the moment she could speak, María Teresa's future was tethered to a political alliance. Her father needed peace with France. Her hand in marriage was the key. We see María Teresa, only about 14 at the time, standing solemn and composed. Her body is almost doll-like, stiff in a heavy embroidered dress, but the weight of symbolism in this painting is crushing, just like her hopes and dreams. Her gown is thick with silver thread, adorned with pink rosettes and gold lace. The style is unmistakably Spanish court fashion, rigid, formal, with a ceremonial panier. The dress isn't just beautiful, but it's a symbol of the court's control. She wears Spain itself. And then we come to the 2 watches. Why 2? In royal portraits, nothing is accidental. Timepieces were rare and valuable, so for a girl to wear 2 signified not just wealth, but dual time, 2 watches, 2 destinies, 2 countries. One watch may represent Spain, the land of her birth, the other France, the land of her future, a subtle indication that her time would soon be divided. Watches were luxury items in the 1600s, often made by master craftsmen in France, Switzerland, or Germany. So for a young royal like Infanta María Teresa, wearing not 1, but 2 watches was a powerful statement of immense royal wealth and imperial power. It showed that the Spanish monarchy could afford what others could not. It was a subtle form of visual political propaganda. At this time, she was being considered for marriage alliances, notably with Louis XIV of France, that could shape the future of Europe. The watches may represent time ticking away towards that fate, or her dual roles in both Spain and potentially France. María Teresa eventually married Louis XIV, forming a critical alliance between Spain and France. It's possible that Velasquez, a master court painter and a skilled court diplomat, included them to reflect the delicate balance of dynastic power. The watches sit in the front, making them impossible to miss. The watches make her body a site of political meaning, reinforcing the idea that she is watched and measured by the world. This painting is not merely a family keepsake. It was a diplomatic advertisement. At the time, Spain and France had been locked in bitter wars for decades. Peace was on the horizon but fragile, so one solution was a royal marriage. Velasquez's painting was likely sent to the French court as part of a marriage negotiation, an introduction to a potential bride, but this wasn't love, it was politics. María Teresa's portrait was a brochure, but Velasquez, subtle and masterful, painted more than a princess. He painted her soul. The light in the painting is soft but direct. It falls gently on her face, casting only mild shadows. There's no drama, only calm, a calm that feels unnatural, like the silence before a sacrifice. Look at her expression, blank, but not empty. She is composed yet disconnected. Her lips are pressed, her cheeks powdered, her gaze avoids us. It avoids herself. Do they see her as a girl or just as a gift wrapped in velvet? She may wonder if he loves her, will she love him? And what if she never comes back to Spain? By the time Velasquez painted this, he was at the height of his career. Court painter, diplomat, master, observer, but this painting is not as lavish in brushwork as Las Meñas or the Roque Venus. Instead, it's controlled, refined, deliberately reserved, as if echoing the repression of the girl herself. But look closely, and you will see the fluid yet firm strokes in her hair, pulled back and adorned with bows. The rest is tightly controlled, echoing the restraint of courtly life. The muted whites, silvers, and pinks lend to her ethereal quality, as if she's already becoming a memory. The pink rosette, symbols of a girlhood and delicacy, seem at odds with the adult fate awaiting her. This portrait wasn't just a likeliness, it was a negotiation tool. It was proof of purity, nobility, and worth. But through this elegant composition, Velasquez told us a second story, that of a young woman caught in a political machine, rendered silent behind silk. The royal family chose Velasquez because he could give them dignity, but he also gave them truth. And in doing so, he preserved María Teresa's real emotion, something even kings couldn't suppress. We don't know if María Teresa wept before sitting for this portrait, but we can feel her longing. The way she's posed, the quiet sadness in her mouth, the downward tilt of her shoulders suggest a girl aware of her destiny, but not ready to face it. This painting is not just art, it's a message, a mirror, and a memory. It speaks of time, duty, silence, and the quiet tragedy of royal childhood. So the next time you see Infanta María Teresa with two watches, look past the velvet, look into her eyes. She may not say a word, but her silence says everything. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can see how Charles II looked in real life with his Habsburg chin on my channel. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more. Each of your subscriptions does help this channel grow. It allows me to continue making more content for you. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next, and make a list of audio suggestions, and I will see you in the next one.